Good morning, good morning, good morning. We're coming to you live from Orange Walk. We say good morning to everyone out there. It's a wonderful morning, a wonderful day. It's Wednesday. Good morning, PG. Good morning, Placencia, Mango Creek, Dan Riga. Good morning, San Ignacio, Santa Elena, San Jose Socots, Benqueville del Carmen, our friends there in Belmopan, Capital City. Good morning to you all. Today, we say good morning to our friends here in San Pedro, La Isla Bonita, Belize City, Orange Walk, Corozal. Good morning to you all. We're here to present the Sugar City Morning Show, and good morning and welcome to the show. My name is Robert Checky Usher. It's Wednesday, folks. It's Wednesday, and it's the 19th, right? Yeah, today is the 19th day. It is the 19th day of February 2020. You know, folks, these days that are going by are very interesting, trying times as well, but nevertheless we are here to report the facts to you, and that's what we will continue to do. But you know, as usual, right here on the show, we always give thanks and praise, because we can't go through with the show, much as are going through the entire day without a good prayer. And on Tuesdays and Thursdays, along with the prayer, we have poems as well. So we will be doing that before we continue our discussion this morning. And it's no exception today that we connect with Delve all the way from San Pedro, La Isla Bonita. Good morning, Delve.
Good morning, Mr. Checky. Good morning to everyone listening.
Yeah, you sound very bright today, man.
Well, I'm alive. I am breathing, Mr. Checky.
Yes,
I'm too blessed to be stressed, thanks God.
Yeah, yes. And, you know, too blessed to be stressed, gal. That thing may come to me very, very strong. You know, too blessed to be stressed, which is a good thing, a very fine time, a very great day today. It's Thursday. Thursday today, right? No, Wednesday.
Yeah, Wednesday.
So we're not gonna know a poem today.
No.
We're not gonna know.
But if you want, I could find one.
Well, I know you always, but we want to say also, Delve, want to say good morning to RC1, to Mr. Campos, who is with us today.
Morning, Mr. RC.
Good morning.
But you know what?
How are you?
I am fine, thank you, praise the Lord. And you know, talking about the poem, every day is good for a poem.
Yeah, but you know what?
Right.
You know what, Delve? I say Mr. Campos is here with us this morning. You know, but even if he's not here with his presence, he's always with us, because he is a person that always thinks and keeps his great friends to his heart all the time.
Well, yes, and this morning, we were blessed this morning as I got up on the farm, and I usually take my morning photos. After I took the photo, I realized that, look, I had a wonderful photo. I had the sunrise, and the moon was in the background, which I didn't realize until I look at the picture, and that's what I posted on my Facebook page. You know, that if you look at the top of the picture, you'll see that there's the moon.
Wow.
This morning. So, but when I took the picture, I didn't realize that the moon was back there until I looked at it. Wow. So you see, there's a poem. Today is the poem, A Day of Glowing.
All right. So, well, Delve, we ask you right now to lead us in a word of prayer so that we can continue the show today.
Okay, sure. Almighty and Heavenly Father, we come before your throne this morning in humble adoration, Lord, giving you thanks, glory, and praise for how wonderful and amazing you are. Thank you, O God, for preserving us throughout the night, for keeping us, Lord, and for blessing us with the gift called today. And I just want to give you thanks, Lord, as we go about this day. I pray that you continue to guide us, that you continue to protect us, that you continue to cover over us, oh God, the way that only you can. And as we go about this day, pray, Lord, that we may be blessed to be a blessing, that we may love each other as you have called us, that we may care for each other as you have called us. And amidst all the darkness, Lord, amidst all the things that can go wrong or do go wrong, that you fill us, Lord, and that we find that strength to reach out to you, knowing that you are still the greatest light that can never shine. So I just bless your holy name. And I pray blessings upon every person in studio, every person listening, in Jesus' name.
Amen.
Well, amen, and thank you very much, Delve. Well, I left the poem for tomorrow, calling up people who tune in Tuesdays and Thursdays just to hear the poem. And I want to tune in and say, hey, I hear I want to do a poem yesterday. So let's leave it until tomorrow, right?
Thank
No
you.
problem.
Yeah.
Have a wonderful day.
Yeah.
Blessings.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, RC, bienvenidos.
Muy buenos días,
¿Cómo está
hermano.
mi amigo hoy?
Well, alegre. I'm very happy this morning. Well, last night we had some rain.
Oh, yeah.
So God blessed us. I never have
Yeah.
to water the plants this morning.
Okay.
You understand? So, and then a beautiful sunrise, you know. I had my coffee early in the morning and I have another coffee now.
Yep.
You know, so I'm blessed already for today. I'm
Okay.
blessed. Thank you.
I want to ask you to go to Google and let's get the weather report, because this morning it drizzle and leave it there at Trial Farm. We don't know what the rest of the day is going to look like, but RC1, with the technology, you know, DJ, always there, and RC1 will be sharing with us the general weather forecast for today, Wednesday, all right, the 19th day of February 2020. Belize Met Service, RC.
Yes.
Yeah, so we go to the Belize Met Service,
Yes.
and we will be bringing that weather forecast, and I talk to RC a little bit about the wells there, how the wells and the come, because it is forecasted that we have probability that we have a stronger drought this year than last year. So
Well,
let's go right now, folks, for the weather report with RC1.
Thank you very much, Mr. Robert.
Yeah.
Check your shot. This is RC1 with the weather report. How that sound?
Good.
Hey.
Yeah,
And Norte Vision, Canal 10.
that's right.
That's where we're coming from.
Yeah.
Okay, the general weather forecast for today, Wednesday, February 19th. The general situation calls for mainly fair conditions to prevail. The 24-hour forecast, cloudy spells today and tonight. Showers will be isolated today, then increase slightly along the coast tonight. The winds will be from 10 to 20 knots, gusty, and they'll be coming from the east. Sea state will be moderate rough, a lot of breeze, you know. So temperatures in the coastal areas, 84 degrees Fahrenheit, 29 degrees Celsius. Inland, 88 degrees Fahrenheit, 31 degrees Celsius. And in the hills, 78 degrees Fahrenheit, 26 degrees Celsius. Advisories, there are small craft caution in effect tonight for gusty winds and occasionally rough seas. The outlook for Thursday is for a few showers to develop mainly along the coast, decreasing Thursday night. The astronomical conditions, highs today at 8:18 a.m. and the lows today at 12:47 p.m. The highs today again at 7:21 p.m. and the lows tomorrow at 6:49 a.m. Sunrise today 5:55 p.m. That means I may get up before the sunrise.
555.
The sunrise and sunrise 6:17. So I think I get up before the sun come out, you know.
Okay.
Moonrise, it says here at 3 a.m. and the moon set at 2:43 p.m. We want to thank forecaster Francisca Wellington, for this report from the Belize Meteorological Service of Belize and Norte Vision, Canal 10.
Thank you very much, RC1. Así, ¿cómo va a ser el pronóstico del tiempo para hoy? Más o menos.
Va a ser húmedo, caloroso, 88 grados para nosotros en la tierra interior, así que va a ser un día de mucha calor. Hay que tomar mucha agua y también habrá unos chubascos durante el curso del día. Y bueno, esperamos que haya más chubascos hoy en la noche, y las temperaturas nos indican que mañana también tendremos un poco más de chubascos.
That's right, RC1. Well, you know, coming up on the show this morning, we'll be having the Honorable Elodia Aragon. And
Champion of the East.
Yeah, he'll be talking about his new portfolio as well and other developments in the East. But RC, I heard some personnel from the Belize Met Service was saying that this year we might have strong drought, similar as last year, or maybe more drought. How things come on with the wells?
Well, is that funny? How can things
Well,
come out
wells.
well? Okay.
Yeah.
It's a sense of humor first thing in the morning.
Yeah.
Well, you know, all the water boards countrywide have been informed to do a program and advise their communities for water conservation. It's very important that we conserve water. And in the month of March, we'll be celebrating World Water Day. And the Department of Rural Development, along with the Ministry of Natural Resources and others, will be having in each district presentations of World Water Day. So the ministry is preparing for that. and the personnel, public relations personals will be going around countrywide in different media talking about World Water Day. It is important to note that drought again has been declared a disaster, and it is very important for everyone to be careful and much more aware about conserving water, the conservation of water, taking care of it, not abusing it, you know. So when we have these showers of blessings, you know, you're very grateful and thankful because you do conserve water, and in some areas it assists. For example, the cane farmers right now are really going through a crisis. Production is estimated at a minimum of 50% production this year of yield from the field. So the little showers that come for those that the cane, sugar cane that are just coming up, that the water helps. So hopefully, if we continue to have few more showers for the next 2-3 months, that will be helping those sugar cane plants that are coming up at this time, because you know it affects the industry, it affects livelihood, and it makes for adjustment in how one lives and whatnot, you know.
Yeah, the Honorable Minister Senator Godwin Hulse said that they were looking at some irrigation system to try to see how they can conserve water.
Well, actually, what I understand, one of the outlooks that the Department of Agriculture is looking, and I believe they have one in the Yeo Creek agriculture, where they dig holes and put like a lining in it to fill it so you get water. And it's an experimental thing that they propose to use in the agriculture sector, so that when you put the water, it stays. It's not like you put it in like you dig holes and put the water and soak in and gone. With the plastic, it contains the water, and you'll be able to use more of that. But then again, there are studies being done by the Department of Rural Development how maybe new wells, the possibility of new wells being dug in the outskirts of communities. Now, this requires funding, and the department is looking into that. Speaking to Mr. Ernest Banner, who is the National Coordinator for Rural Development, they have been looking and networking. So that is what we are and where we are, no? But the important news is conservation of water.
Yeah, well, that's good, RC, because you know, if we not got water keeps us going, right? And it's very good when it comes to the agricultural.
Absolutely, water is life, you know. Water is life.
Yes, water is
life.
But
I think we will continue talking about that topic in another time. It's 7:15. We're gonna go to a short break. When we return, the Honorable Elodie Aragon Jr. will be here with us. So we'll take a short break, okay?
That's
I will be right back. Stay tuned.
They're playing basketball.
On this week's episode of Friday Night Lights, Old Capital Sports and Digi present the battle for NBL supremacy, starring your 4-1 high-octane sharp-shooting Digi City Defenders taking on the 4-1 San Pedro Tiger Sharks. It's going down this Friday, February 21st, inside the Belize City Civic Center. Your Defenders, the hottest team in the league, are riding a 4-game win streak, looking to avenge their only loss for the season so far against the defending champs, the Tiger Sharks. This battle for sole position of number 1 tips off at 8:45 p.m. Halftime giveaways, including tickets to the biggest concert of the year, Dex and Daps official after party, hosted at 5 Day Nightclub. Friday, February 21st. This you can't afford to miss. I am a Defender. Sponsored by Digi, Cellular World, Muy Uno Resorts, 123 Vegetable Oil, Premier Charters, Innova Dental Care, Mimis Bistro, Body 2000, Chunsan Palace, Wave Radio, and Mars Rental.
World-class spaces for Belizean athletes to thrive and fans to enjoy. Our new basketball and multi-purpose arenas have proven their worth, attracting regional and international sporting events and hosting expos, conferences, and proud graduates. Your government moving Belize forward.
Girl, that about time you reach my house.
Girl, you know how
things go? I busy with everything. But how are you?
Since my son got married the girl far down the road, I left here with this whole addition to this house. And I don't know where I'm going to do with it. But I think I want to rent it out for tourists stay.
Girl, that what you to do? You to sit down park gold mine. If you want to use it for Airbnb, first thing you have to do, the register with BTB. So call me 227-2420 and ask them how to register. After that, everybody had to call you for rent your place. But that what you to do?
Girl, then you tell me if I call BTB?
Did you know that if you own or operate a tourist accommodation, such as a room in your home for cash purposes to any guest, local or foreign, regardless of its location in the country, or if you are registered or advertising such a room or property with any booking engine or marketing platform such as Airbnb, by law, you must register with the BTB. If you fail to do so, you commit an offense punishable by fine or imprisonment. For further information or assistance, please contact the BTB at licensing@belizetourismboard.org or telephone 227-2420. You can follow us on Facebook too.
Have you ever noticed the development that's taking place in your town or in your city? Maybe it's because you've been too busy enjoying the results. More for Belizeans, more for Belize, the government of Belize, moving Belize forward.
Take a journey with us to endless possibilities. Our future as a country is now. DigiNet Boost is countrywide. Taking Belize into the future. A nationwide technological evolution. As the most advanced fiber connection, DigiNet Boost is a step forward into a modern world. Belize is powered by DigiNet. DigiNet Boost, now available countrywide.
Six cylinders to pure potential and better performance.
It looks like it vibrates. You think it could be the horsepower?
With a quart of oil and the calibration of the injectors, it will start to get the watchers again on the street.
We take a motor to its optimal level. We speak machine, rush runs, making the world function. Authorized agent, German Vega & Sons. Telephone number 322-3625. Email germanvega@btl.net.
Notice the residents of rural communities in Orange Walk and Corozal districts. If you value your health and your children's health, you will dispose of your garbage only at approved sites. The disposal of garbage at any other location is illegal, and if caught, you can be fined up to $5,000. If you don't get caught, you can still suffer health impacts caused by these illegal sites, because illegal dump sites harbor pests such as rodents, possums, and mosquitoes that carry diseases. These can transmit those diseases to you and your children. In addition, the garbage you throw away illegally can contaminate water bodies near your community, the same water bodies you might use for recreation or other purposes. Only with your help can the Department of Environment ensure that Belize's development is safe for present and future generations. You can also contact your local village councils or Belize Solid Waste Management Authority for more information. The Department of Environment thanks you for your help.
Our economy benefits when goods and mobile services get to their destination quickly. When citizens are able to travel without frustration and undue hurdles, everyone benefits as well. The government of Belize is happy to announce the imminent upgrades to the Corozal-Sartaneja Road. 27 miles of road will be upgraded to paved standards and will include the replacement of 2 ferries with new bridges.
Why is it that we're going to invest in Sartaneja? Why is it that we have to take $50 million to invest in an area where we do not have a political directorate. We believe that as a government, we have to provide a service to all Belizeans.
Well, this for the village of Chunosh is a big advantage both ways. Sometimes when we got sickness, we got people sick at the clinic there, women. When we reach at the ferry, can't pass 45 minutes have to wait. So now this road will benefit whole village, Sartini and Copperbank. I'm part of Progresso too. Well, it's really important for us.
I know that our village is not so much developed with tourism because it's a remote village. And for that reason, we don't have a lot of tourism over there. But now with this upgrading of the road and the pavement of the road, I believe and I think that it will be much beneficial for us and for everybody.
More for Belizeans, more for Belize, the government of Belize. Moving Belize forward.
Welcome back to the Sugar City Morning Show. It's exactly 23 and a half minutes after 7 o'clock. RC1, Robert Checker Usher. We're here with the Honorable Elodie Aragon, the Minister, and we'll tell you what his new portfolio today, and also the area representative for Orange Walk East. Good morning, Minister. Welcome to the show.
Good morning, Checky. Good morning, Ruben. Good morning, Minister. Of course, I want to say good morning to all our radio listeners out there, those who are viewing us live right now, and of course, those who are listening to us at the 104.9 FM East Radio. Just want to big all of you up and ask you to stay tuned as we continue this morning, no?
Yes, sir.
It's a pleasure being here always.
Well, it's a good morning. We had these showers, a blessing. Like always, good to recognize that. But there are two things. We know that there was a kind of adjustment in the cabinet. But before we do that, we know that you are the representative for Orange Walk East Division, and we have observed that you continue to do a lot of work in your division. And tell us a little bit about what has been happening in your division, because the work always continues. It's perpetually continues.
Yes, definitely.
Give us some of the good news from Orange Walk East.
We always have work taking place, and last week I think we came here, but we got tied up.
Yeah,
right?
I know, and we never have time to touch on it.
We got tied up, and we didn't get a good chance to touch on some of the work that is happening. But for sure, we continue with the feeder road project continues, and I think we have finished now. You could say Honey Camp is finished. The other roads in Santa Marta. But one of the things that I was able to do is, I had spoken to Mr. Pat, who is the contractor right now for the feeder roads, and I asked him to give me a little hand in the village, because that village needed some of the streets needed to be touched up. But likewise, we had several roads that needed to be opened and dumped, because those roads were there in just a Picado form, and people were already living there. And I remember when we went there last time, we wanted to run lights there for these people living there, but one of the problems was that BL will not put posts up where there is no road that exists. So, we had made this promise that we are going to first get the road open and dumped, and after that we will look at them trying to get BL to go back there and run these posts. So what transpired is that we went out there and we were able to get these roads open, and I feel very good about it, because this goes to improving the lives of people in that village. Because I'll tell you, Santa Marta, of all the villages that we have, that has been like
almost
a forgotten village way back under the PUP. And I say this proudly because in terms that work is being done now, that is how I feel so proud about seeing work done and uplifting the lives of people in Santa Marta. Because under the PUP, they did nothing for years. And I always tell people in Santa Marta, don't take my word for it. Look around, you live in a village. Look at the work that has been done in the last 4 years, and you compare that to what has been done in all the PUP combined terms of office, and you will see it's clear where the work has come from. And I would like to show some of these pictures because we talk about it, but it's nothing like when you could look and see and see the work that is being done. So we opened several roads out there. People were so happy. They said, Mr. Aragon, you know what, I never gonna walk in a mud in terms of
tell us
getting
what
there,
are we looking at here now?
So these are roads that have been opened up in, I think, if I'm not mistaken, these are some of the feeder roads there. We will also show some pictures that of the work in the actual villages.
Is that the way to Santa Marta, or that's Honey Camp?
I think that's true Honey Camp, if I'm not mistaken.
People live in that area as well, Minister?
No, but it's used by cane farmers. We do have one or a few people in Honey Camp. People will tell you they go there regular. But this is a village, so we have opened up some of the roads in the villages likewise. Very good roads have been constructed there. We touch up the village, like I said, we fixed some of the really terrible spots that were there. And we had a number of roads that were redone. And new roads, that is the important one for me, were the new roads that were built for people. Because we had, in some areas, that complements the lighting project that we did for that area. So
it's newly open roads?
Yes, newly open roads.
Well, that is the importance of infrastructure development, because it creates access to people.
Exactly.
So that people ask you for light and you want to give them the light, but to give them the light you have to prepare the road.
Yeah.
So that is excellent thinking, and we know that, like you mentioned, Santa Marta, ever since Santa Marta exists, they have never gotten the development that they're getting now under your leadership.
And we are trying to bring up all our village to be right up in par with the basic utilities, like what people enjoy in the town. And I think we need to do that in terms of all the basic necessities, whether it be water, because I'll tell you right now, in that village, every single person have water. When I first went there's a lot of areas that did not have water. So these are some of the roads that we had to open up. These are the roughs. But right now, the transformation you will see is clear in terms of the white marl that has been dumped and all that. We had to open those roads. So a lot of work has been done there in terms of that. And people say, well, Mr. Aragon, why you waste your time with Santa Marta? For me, it is about trying to bring our people up to a basic level. And these works are very important in terms of getting this expansion for the village. And it goes well for the village. I don't got no paved roads, but their roads are decent enough. Again, new areas that are opened, light expansion has occurred and is continuing. So it is a big plus. I went out there and I spoke to several people out there. I interviewed several people in terms of talking to them, and people were very, very happy and pleased. This is new roads that you see right there.
Okay.
New road stretched right out, and that whole back area was done. Of course, and more work has been carried out since this. These are only the photos that I got in from when did I go? The last week, Wednesday, I think I was out there. So a whole week more work has transpired where I don't think we have all the pictures here, but so tremendous work has happened out there.
What do you see in the residents of those area, ministers, on their face, their reaction?
No, they are
how
very
they
happy.
reacting to these
They are very happy.
developments?
They are very happy. Even PUP supporters who live in that area are pleasantly surprised and happy about it, right? And like I always tell them, to me, it's about the work. Some people take politics really serious, but at the end of the day, opening the road like this, everybody benefits, PUP and UDP. Yeah. And to me, the important thing is bringing up our people to a certain standard. And I'm proud to say that Santa Marta is not a forgotten village like it was, because truly it was, I remember the first time I went there, and you go in a certain areas, no water, how people live without no water. They have to back water by bucket, have them jump. We changed all of that. I made several efforts to get, I think, 2 sets of donations in terms of pipes and all of that, and we run those pipes, and I don't think there's anybody in that village who don't have water.
So that running water people have now?
Yes, running water now, everybody. And electricity has been expanded tremendously in that village. The football field well lit. They have, I think, state-of-the-art LED lights right now. But that is about bringing people up to standard, and I think it goes a long way in terms of that. So that kind of work for me goes well, and I want to publicly thank Mr. Pat, because he never had to do this for help me out, and he's giving me a hand, and together we work closely, and we are able to look at the issues, and they come in and give me a lead hand. So we're able to get that up, and there's a lot of work left to be done. I think more work will be done as time progresses, but it shows the continuous progress in terms of our work that we do. So, and apart from that, we were also in Santa Marta, and I think last year, late last year, I was there, and along with SIF personnel, because if you don't know, I will explain. Over a year ago, about a year and a half ago, we had the identification of the needs for a preschool in Santa Marta. And I remember 2 years ago or more, we had when we constructed the new preschool at Carmelita.
Yes.
The old building that was there, the board building, still good building, was going to be moved to Corozal. At that time, I called the Minister of Education and said, how will you move this building out of the division and take it to Corozal, which in a very short time will get a spanking new building? I said, you know what? I have a need in Santa Marta. We don't have a preschool per se out there. So we got that building, and that building was sent to Santa Marta. That is how the building got there. Okay. A lot of people don't know about this thing. A lot of people don't know the lobbying efforts that you have done to have realized these things. So we have a board building out there, but that was not all. Because I'm a board building, and we want to give the kids, in terms of the needs of that village, in terms of a good state-of-the-art preschool. And so with that, we lobbied in cabinet through the SIF programs, which is the Social Investment Fund, which is government operated to a large extent, funded. We got approval for a preschool. So late last year, I was there in Santa Marta, had a public meeting, and we identified the site in the school. And one of the challenges is that little area was a little bit low, not too much low, but had a little, it was low. So we had to make a commitment that I would fill it. I would fill that area, roll it, and fix it nice, so that it can become the site for the new preschool on the compound where the present primary school sits. We have been able to do that. I was out there, tremendous work. We had to dump. When I was out there, I think the count was about 30 trips of material already. We spread that out, Mr. Pat rolled that out and everything. So we cleared that area, and I was out there with Mr. Pat, and the amount of trips you can see at the back and the work that was being done in that area to prepare for the preschool, and that will account for the 10% of investment that the village must do for
the contribution part.
There's a contribution part where the community must come in. So this is the village's contribution, and through myself and Mr. Pat, we have been, and the principal of the school, we have been able to get this land ready and prepared for the new preschool that will commence in a very, very short time this year. I think by next month we're supposed to see some work, or at least the groundbreaking to take place. But everything will happen this year, and long before election, that school should be finished.
Yeah.
And to me, that is very, very good. You know why? Because that school really, really needed a preschool.
Minister, usually when we have our introduction on our program, when the introduction is running, we have videos running, I have always tempted to ask you about Champagne Ridge, because I see one clip on that where yourself and Mr. Mateo was cutting a ribbon.
Yeah, we cut the ribbon.
And I believe that was for a computer room.
Yeah.
Whatever happened to that?
Well, I think you go ask the chairman of the village, because I hear that computer lab is non-functional again, which is a pity, because when we were there and it was open and we had the amount of kids from that village, everybody was using that computer center. And I think it played a tremendous role for kids in that area, for kids, especially those going to the schools, high school especially and above. It is sad I get to understand that it doesn't open again. They have it locked up. And
why these things happen?
For maybe over 2 years or more right now, it's been locked up. Well, that's a sad case in management.
One of the things we spoke about yesterday was that when somebody called about the difference between the PUP and the UDP, one of the things we mentioned is that development takes time. It's perpetual. That's why you have different elections to do things. And what you are showing us today is what I believe the UDP has to do more. The UDP can show every day for the rest till the year done and continue the next 5 years, things that the UDP has been doing for the people of the country of Belize. And you exemplify that this morning by showing what it is that you're going, that you elect someone, they elected you as a representative to do a job, and you are doing your job, rather than having a political party, like with due respect to your opposition there, who wants to stall development. They elect you to do it, and people will take a while to appreciate the good work that you're doing. When you build that preschool and allow the education, those children there are children from parents who are PUP, UDP, NOP, and you are giving them a preparation for their future. Les están dando una preparación para un futuro para esos niños, porque esos niños chiquititos allá que van en preschool, esos niños vienen de familia PUP, UDP, de ningún P, pero en lo que viene del corazón del honorable representante Elodio Aragón Jr. es para proveer una área donde estos niños se pueden mejorar para que ayude también en disolver la pobreza en las comunidades. Así que hay que entender que cuando uno hace este tipo de programa, lo está haciendo porque fue elegido para trabajar para la gente, y el honorable Elodio Aragón está demostrando esta mañana en el video que estamos viendo acá, de que sí trabaja para la gente. Y los niños, hay que recordar que los niños son muy importantes para las familias, la comunidad, y allá es donde viene el trabajo, el interés del representante. Los que quieren atajar estas cosas no te tienen en corazón, así hay que seguir apoyando, porque solo el desarrollo viene con el UDP. Y quiero felicitar al honorable Elodio Aragón, porque lo que está mostrando aquí, está mostrando que él sí tiene interés y sigue, la palabra es sigue trabajando para su gente.
Yeah, man. So, so I feel, Ruben, and thanks for those words. I feel very good about this thing, because to me it is important. These are things that impact our communities, and those are the kind of work that I really cherish, because it goes a long way. It doesn't go to serve a few people, it goes to serve the wider community. And this is the kind of things I really like. And that preschool, like you said, Ruben, years to come, people will benefit from that. And it is a much needed thing. I know that the school principal is enthusiastic about this. She was out there with us looking at the work being done. She was so glad that we were ensuring that we kept our promise to the village, that we would ensure we get that and put in the villages 10% or a certain percentage of work that they must do in regards to all the SIF programs. They have to do a percentage of work, and we have now accomplished that for the villages. I just want to big up Mr. Acuna too. He was out there with his tractor ensuring that he moved the posts and the old fence there and other things. So he and his people that were there, I want to big him up too. But this is an effort that you could say work being done. Then you have the PUP, town council, the village council. They don't even show up out there. They don't even go out for help, But it's okay. At the end of the day, it's not about the talking. It is about the work that you do, and I think that is very, very important, because they go out there for all kind of other things, for disrupt, etc. But when they come to work, they don't do nothing. Yeah. And at the end of the day, I think it is important that people know these things, because they were elected to get out there and be involved, and they're not getting involved. But it don't matter, because at the end of the day, we have a vision, and we are going to work on that vision. And one of it in Santa Marta is to get that preschool up this year. And that is going to happen without doubts, because the funding is there. The project is going to start soon. The bids will soon, if it's not already out there. It's getting there. As far as I know, it will happen very, very shortly.
Okay, Minister,
I can't wait for that,
We need to take a break. When we come back, we'll make you tell us about the new assignment to your portfolio. And we'll be talking about more development in the East, RC1. Minister Aragon, Robert Cheque Usher. We take a break and we'll be right back. I need to check this phone, because I think we have a little issue with the phone, because somebody text me and tell me to try call. So we'll take a break and we'll see what's up with the phone.
This project is now complete. The transformation began in 2012, and now residents of the Twin Towns and visitors alike are enjoying the end result. Works include the full pavement of Lamalus Boulevard, along with 2 miles of sidewalks and drainage, LED lighting, and a roundabout at the entrance of Santa Elena. The Twin Towns now boast the longest and widest bridge in Belize, immune to flooding from the occasional rise in water levels of the McCall River. A bypass road was also built linking the new bridge to Joseph Andrews Drive, which was rehabilitated, as well as 1 mile of pavement, a median, and 2 miles of sidewalks and drainage. This was all done to the tune of $34.8 million. But that's not all. The project was extended due to savings from the successful execution and implementation of the initial scope of works. Now over 2 miles of additional roadworks will commence, including George Price Avenue, Liberty Avenue, and the George Price Highway between Three Flags and Hawksworth Bridge. The government of Belize, moving Belize forward.
The soup not got no taste. I can't even feed it to my dog. It needs no salt. I don't have no salt. I don't have no money. I wonder when this man I get paid. John! I hope you know that down the street they played no bad picnic.
Mom, you know what? I just came from Miss Mary's house and she said she was renting her extra room on air something.
It's Airbnb, John. Didn't you listen to the BTB? Did you know it ad last week on television?
Okay, Mom, Airbnb. But still, we have an extra room and we could rent for extra cash for my new school books.
That's a good idea, John. We'd have to first register it with the BTB. But I don't have time for that right now. I need salt.
But babe, you know something? John is right, you know, we need money, but we need to get it the correct way, so we need to register the room. I wish I may know about this before. Let's go, son. Let's go register the room one time at BTB.
But I need some salt. John! Two of a kind.
Did you know that if you own or operate a tourist accommodation, such as a room in your home for cash purposes to any guest, local or foreign, regardless of its location in the country, or if you're registered or advertising such room or property with any booking engine or marketing platform such as Airbnb, by law, you must register with the BTB. If you fail to do so, you commit an offense punishable by fine or imprisonment. For further information or assistance, please contact the BTB at licensing@belizetourismboard.org or telephone 227-2420. You can follow us on Facebook too.
Everybody wants a clean and healthy family. That's why they purchase the best food products and the cleansing materials. This time, we give you a bigger size of La Costeña products like the mouth-watering fried beans and the pasta sauce. And surely for your clean laundry, we have the breathtaking aroma of Ensueño Max Suavitel. Even your visitors will ask what you clean your floors and restrooms with. And you can boast it is the variety of Pinol products and Sultan muriatic acid now in 900 milliliters. And much more for the best prices only at German Vega and Sons Imports. We serve you at number 5 San Antonio Road, Orange Walk Town. You can even call us at 322-3625 or 322-2672. Or you can even send us a fax at 322-2571 or email us at germanvega@btl.net. German Vega and Sons Limited, because we care for you.
Motor 5.0, 4 válvulas por cilindro. Todos quisiéramos una. Como que no agarra, ¿no? Siento como que se le pega el balancín. Vamos a darte el aceite que te mereces. Vas a correr como rayo, preciosa.
Los que oímos más allá de las revoluciones, hablamos máquina. Rostrands, poniendo el mundo a funcionar.
Agente autorizado German Vega y Sons. Teléfono 322-3625. Rostrands.
The ongoing technological evolution constantly transforms the way we live our lives. The introduction of our national fiber network creates the opportunity for Belizeans to live the digital lifestyle. Today, Digi is proud to introduce Dana, Belize's first artificially intelligent automated assistant. Dana is the modern customer service experience. Available 24/7, Dana can provide Digi prepaid and postpaid customers with directory information, credit and plan balances, product and promo information, and more. Just talk to Dana. Want to check your credit balance? Ask Dana.
Hey Dana, what's my credit balance?
New Digi promotions? Ask Dana.
Hey Dana, any new Digi promotions?
Dial 113 for directory assistance and dial 119 to talk to Dana. Digi remains committed to introducing the latest in cutting-edge technologies, transforming Belize one technology at a time. Try Dana today.
Thank you for calling Digi Customer Service.
2019 was a milestone year for overnight tourist arrivals in Belize. There were over 500,000 overnight tourist arrivals, a new record for Belize. Over the past decade, Belize's overnight tourism sector has grown by more than 100%, increasing from 241,000 in 2010 to just over 503,000 in 2019. The National Sustainable Tourism Master Plan set a goal to achieve 556,000 overnight stays by 2030. With 10 years to go, we've already achieved 90% of this goal. This success can be attributed to aggressive marketing initiatives, new international flights, and working closely with local and international agencies and partners. The BTB thanks our tourism stakeholders for your role in this remarkable achievement. Together, we will continue to grow Belize's image as the best destination in the region.
Someone come? Yes, someone coming. Let's go. Sa. First sense question of the day. Why you the letter here?
Who's me the letter?
That sign right there. You can't read?
Well, make I tell you something. In this community, everybody dump here, so me just dump my garbage right here.
So if somebody jump off a bridge, you that do it too?
No, man. No.
You never know that littering is an environmental crime and Department of the Environment can charge you for that?
Why is that a crime?
Because you pollute the same environment you live in, dirtying the same land and water you use. You don't even know that you dumping garbage can make you and your family sick by attracting disease-carrying pests, and the Department of the Environment just to try help we take care of the environment.
Sure, all of that? Well, now that you put it that way.
Thanks for your 5 cents, brother. That's 5 cents question of the day.
This message is brought to you by the Department of the Environment.
Welcome back to the Sugar City Show, Sugar City Morning Show. It's 10 minutes away from 8 o'clock. We are having a conversation, myself, RC1, and Minister Aragon here this morning. Minister, welcome back once again. Mm-hmm. So we know that there has been a little adjustment in the cabinet. Can you explain to the viewers and the listeners of the East Radio Station what's your responsibility now?
All right. Well, I am at this point in time still the Minister of State and the Ministry of National Security. I think for now we had with the departure from Mr. Honorable Saldiva, we have Mr. Michael Perfit, who is the Attorney General right now and who has now taken up the substantive role for the Ministry of National Security as the Minister now responsible. My role as the Minister of State has now been asked to take care of the affairs of the ministry in terms of the day-to-day operations and management of the Ministry of National Security. So
that's not only police, that's a full ministry.
That's a full ministry. It has always been one ministry. I think years ago you had the Ministry of Home Affairs.
Yes.
That does not exist again. What exists is the Ministry of National Security. That has been the case for about 2 or 3 years now.
Which includes what? Police?
The police, the BDF, the Coast Guard, prisons, and the forensics department.
Okay.
So that is what we have right now, and we now. I will play a little, how I would put it to you, a more active role in the Ministry of National Security.
Because he'll take care of the day-to-day operations.
Right,
huh?
right.
Okay, good. Hello, good morning, Sugar City Morning Show. Muy buenos días.
Mi salud.
Yes, morning.
Solo quería hacer una pregunta. ¿Qué pasa con el sistema ese que yo fui extension? Porque yo tengo un problema de mantener a su papá y mi hijo, pero desde septiembre tengo con el caso y todavía no lo pueden agarrar. Ayer que fui, me dijeron que perdieron el examen. No lo busqué, en mi caso me hacen.
All right. Okay.
No sé qué me podría ayudar o decir.
Well, the police have to deal with the summonses because once people fill out these applications in terms of having applied to the court for maintenance, well, then you have to have the police must act on the court order to pick up this person for non-payment because most of the time when you go and apply for these yeah, I know. I will look into it. ¿Cómo te llamas? If you could tell me, or maybe you could talk to me offline. But
Rosa Aurora Casanova.
Rosa Aurora Casanova. ¿Dónde vive, señora?
San Víctor.
San Víctor. Ese es en Corozal, ¿no?
Orange Rock.
San Víctor.
San Víctor, yeah.
San Víctor Street or San Víctor Street?
Ajá.
Okay.
Okay, muy bien. I will. Vas a necesitar visitar la estación de policía y hablar con tal vez el sargento allá, o si no, el jefe encargado de la policía allá, ¿no? Mr. Cocom o Mr.
Bueno, es que school bill espera y tengo que pagar.
I know, I can imagine. So just visit the station because, and these are kind of the issues in terms of service to the community. And I think the police department, to a large extent, needs to develop in the service orientation of our policemen and women in terms of dealing with the public. We have to improve in the service, and I think that is something that has long been lacking. And that is, I had a quick meeting yesterday, actually, like how we were talking about this. I had a meeting yesterday with all the heads of department of the ministry, and along with Michael Perifit, and we basically sat down and spoke to them in terms of getting for the new minister, for him to get a good feel of the various heads of department in terms like you just mentioned, who all makes up the Ministry of National Security, what are their roles and functions, etc. So we did a quick meeting yesterday in terms of highlighting the new minister to that. And after that, of course, we have set other meetings to follow in terms of where we are going to look at the policy for the direction of the Ministry of National Security. And a lot of that work has to be focused on the police department, because the police department is the department that has that day-to-day interaction with the community. And I remember just last month I spoke at this year's first All Officers Conference, where we had all our senior officers come about from across the country, and I spoke to them. And one of the things I spoke to them about that I would love to see and want to see, and we're going to work to achieve this thing, and it's an ongoing work, because this work will never end in terms of improving the police department. It will never end. I remember from the first time I joined the police department even to now, it is an ongoing issue. But what we must work on is the service that we give to the community. And when I mean the service to the community, you might be thinking, well, people go for police records or whatever. All of that has to improve. Everything that the police department does in terms of dealing with the public must be improved. How we deal with the public professionally, how we talk to them, how we treat people, how we take care of our prisoners, those people in our custody. Everything the police department must do, service-oriented, must be improved. I would want to see that, because I think that is where the police gets a lot of the black eye in terms of how they deal with the public. And I will be the first to tell you that the police department is at times could be a tough entity in dealing with the public, and a lot of it has to do with training. A lot of it has to do with the command and control of our officers. A lot of it has to do with the how hard you hold people accountable to getting the work done. And to me, how the police interacts with the community and how it gives that service goes along. And that service, like I tell you, wide area, in terms of wide scope, because everything the police does is about service. You go make one report at the police station, it is about how they treat you when you get there. How quick we could take your statement. You go there 2-3 hours, you give one little report. Frustrating to the citizen making that complaint. Investigation, a simple investigation, the police can even and because not take that interest to serve the public. These are the things that I think we have the biggest of challenges in the police department. And mind you, I'm not saying that the police is not doing its best, but I think that it needs the support and help to push it on the direction, the policy direction, so that we can focus on improving the service. And the service includes everything from investigation to everything the police department does. And I think that has tremendous room for improvement right now, and I would want to see that happen. And of course, the ongoing work that we do in terms of trying to reduce the murder rate in the city, looking at the detection and the proper investigation of crimes. These are some of the things we have to focus on. But like I said, right now we are just getting back into, I'm just getting back into the full day-to-day operations of the police, and from there we will look at it and see how we progress. No?
Yeah, Minister, with the daily operation, it's a very big ministry. We are in election year as well. Do you believe that will have you more occupied and not giving you time to continue your work in your constituents?
No, we have to find the time. We'll have to find and make the time for sure, because definitely, although we have that work there, remember we have 2 COs, we have the heads of department that are there, so definitely they will be doing the bulk of the work. But definitely we want to set the direction in terms of the policy and where we want, the areas we want to see improved within the police department. And,
Let's entertain our callers. Good morning, Sugar City Morning Show.
Yes, good morning, Chiqui. How are you doing?
I'm fine, and yourself?
Honorable, buenos días.
Buenos días, good morning.
Solo quiero poner un centavo acá con referencia a lo que mencionó, ¿no? De las computadoras. También usted hizo todo el esfuerzo para poner computaciones, ¿no? Centro de café para ayudar a los niños de colegio en todas las aldeas, Palmar, Champan Ridge, Carmelita e incluso Santa Marta. Y ahora que Kevin y su grupo acabaron, todas estas cosas lo tienes cerrado. El de Santa Marta, entiendo de que ya no hay nada en ese centro de allá para que los niños puedan ir a estudiar. ¿Qué pasa con esta gente? ¿Será que quieren mantener a la gente y literal? ¿No quieren que aprenda? ¿Qué pasa con esa gente? De Palmar, a mí no puedo hablar con esa gente, y van a tener uno de los colegios más nuevos en esta zona. Y ellos lo usaron simplemente porque no lo va a construir. ¿Qué le pasa a Chihuahua? Yo no sé qué van a hacer con esa gente, pero esa persona no es adecuado, igual como PUP. No son la solución para Belice. Ellos son problemas. Algo que ahorita hasta Lord Ashcroft ya se metió con ellos. Tiene que recordar, la gente de Belice tiene que recordar que la última vez que Lord Ashcroft estuvo con el PUP, vendieron toda la cosa, se lo vendieron a él. Incluso él escribía sus propias leyes. Todas las compañías nuevas que entraron a Belice fueron de Ashcroft, no fue de nadie. Y ellos no le podían parar, no le podían parar, porque simplemente ellos sabían de que ellos estaban endeudados con él. Él les facilitó más de $100 millones, ¿entiende? Para que ganen las elecciones del 98. Pero es que esta gente van a volver a querer conseguir dinero de Ashford para que ganen. Ellos no les importa perder ni sus abuelas para volver a ganar, porque ellos solo quieren poder. Y señores de Belice, piénsenlo antes de votar para PUP, porque Ashcroft está esperando para escribir las leyes. Ustedes saben que aquella vez también ellos se dieron cuenta que ya era demasiado y le volvieron a quitar, ¿cómo le llaman? el teléfono a Ashcroft y lo vendieron por un blank check, un performa invoice. Se lo vendieron a Pulsar. Esta gente no tiene escrúpulos, no piensan para Belice. Jamás será la solución para Belice. El UDP es la única alternativa. Sí tenemos nuestros problemitas, pero cualquier partido tiene este tipo de evolución. Se va a componer. Pongan a dormirse tranquilos de que Dios está con este partido. Que pasen buenos días.
Yeah, gracias. I think the caller said a lot there. I think he said a lot, and it is very important, and I would want to definitely get into some of the things he has mentioned, because I think it is important for the public to know. Because, politics is what it is, and before we get there, I just want to let the caller, the poor caller must think Miss Casanova from St. Victor that we show a problem off. Yeah. But this is when I talk about the service of the police. These things are included. People apply. They're supposed to have in a relatively short time period. They should be the police should act upon those court orders. So these are the kind of things that we have to work on improving. But overall, I think definitely we want to look at these things, the achievable things that we can do, and hold people accountable. The heads of the department that are there, the CEOs, must be held accountable to the task at hand. Yeah. And these things require great effort, and like you said, Checky, at this point in time we have the CEOs there, so we are push on them to get this work done, and I'm confident in terms of the competence of the people that we have there. So, that is where we are with that in terms of the ministry and the work ahead. We have a tremendous amount of work, but we will continue in forging our way in terms of the Ministry of National Security.
Well, we'd like to congratulate you, sir.
Yes,
and we hope that everything will go well with you and you will continue with your working team.
Well, I have always told, and this is what I told the All Officers Conference, there's no other thing that is more dear to me than the police department, because that is where I gave 18 years of my life in the police department, and I truly believe in what the police department roles and function are, and the impact it has in our society. So that is very, very dear to me, and definitely I would want to see this and do the kind of things that I would have always wanted to see in a police department.
Hello, good morning, Carla.
Morning.
Morning, RC.
Morning.
Morning, Secretary.
Good morning, sir.
Morning, Minister.
Yeah, good morning, sir.
Just lower the volume of your television for us, sir, please.
Yeah.
So we'll continue with this conversation as a one-on-one conversation. No, please, thank you very much.
Yeah, like I said, morning.
Morning.
Yeah, morning.
My question is directed to Minister Agon, no? Now that he has taken a wider scope of responsibility in the government, I think Mr. Public is interested, if he can, tell us what are his qualifications as he goes into this very responsible task. What is your qualification? I think the public would have more confidence, and I think they want to know the background, what you have to offer in terms of qualification. I hope you don't mind.
Oh, man, no. Of course not, Carla.
That's it, Carla? All right.
Yeah, of course not. Well, Ruben, as from a long time, a lot of people don't know these things, and the one story that takes a lot of time, and I don't know if
it's humility within you, right?
All time here, because a lot of people don't know. I started off after I had left Sixth Farm. I started to work at the Magistrates Court, Pastoral Building. A lot of people don't know that I did a full year there working as a clerk of court. So Miss Pitzol, I think she's retired, and others that have been there know me well. I used to work there, and it is there that I got an interest in terms of wanting to become a police officer, because I remember I used to sit in the courthouse, the courtrooms, and listen to cases, and I used to see some of the cases fall apart and things like that based on the police's inability to properly testify, and a number of little things there too, and all of these things brought me about to thinking about this. Maybe I need to go and put put you on the hand in the police department and try to do something. And that is where I got the idea of joining the police department. And so I actually, when I'm at the work, I got tired of working at the magistrate's court. No disrespect there, but I wanted to do something more. And therefore, in terms of being more involved in the policing aspect, since then I've always wanted to be a police. And what I did, I went to study actually first, and I came back, I became a cadet, got into the police department, worked in various branches in the department, various areas, and throughout my entire career as in the police department, I've learned a tremendous amount of things that where the police department is, where it needs to go, and all of these things. And within the department, you get a lot of training. I was in Guyana for 1 year in South America training, military training. So I have an appreciation of the military likewise. And training all over in the jungles, you name it, I was there in Guyana. I've also done training in the FBI Academy, in the Caribbean Defense Institutes in America. So different areas, and I've had a wealth of training. And likewise, of course, on the educational background, I have a bachelor's degree in communications, concentration in public relations, and a minor in computer graphic design. And apart from that, I did my master's degree in England in criminology. And so everything has brought together, and I think it has equipped me well for the post of the Ministry of National Security. And definitely that is where my heart lies, because I've been in the trenches, to say so. I've been out there. I know exactly where the department is, the challenges we have and we face on a day-to-day basis, and where I would want to see that department. But to get to these changes, it's not an overnight process. It's tremendous work that has to be done. I am committed to that. Just as I've never gotten the full responsibility to deal with the ministry, and that is one of the sad points for me, because truly I want to see a better department, because I know by having a better police department especially, we will have a better community.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, I believe you used to be a goalkeeper as well, no, in football.
No, I'm in high school. I used to play basketball. I love sports, and that is why I always do the kind of sporting activities for the young people, because I know how important it is. I tell you, I've done a lot of things in my life, and I think all of that has equipped me in terms of a service to our community. And to me, that is the most important thing. It's all about service for me, because I like what I do. And I always tell people, politics for people who truly, and leaders who truly love politics, is because you love to assist people and want to see great things for your community. Because this job is it's not the kind of job where people envision and say, oh, this job is so dandy, it's so nice, it's just fine. None of that. It's a really tough job.
Hello, good morning, Sugar City Morning Show.
Yes, good morning to the host of the talk show. Morning, your Honorable Minister.
Morning.
I am so proud to be a part of your team. And today, you are leading the day-to-day duties of the police. Long overdue.
Yeah.
Congratulations to you. And I will say to you, I am proud to be a UDP, because whenever we have problems within our party, because like everybody else in the families, we have problems sometimes, we do not sweep away our problems in the road. We bring it to the people, and we do the right thing for the people of this country. The UDP is the best. We just understand that there are guys who seek it on the road from before independence and after independence and as today. So, as Belizeans, we should all be proud to be a part of UDP. You are part of the leadership of the UDP. You are doing a damn good job in the area. And for Belize, thank you and good morning.
Yeah, thank you.
So
thank
that's
you.
what you explain about your qualification.
Yeah, so
Minister not supposed to answer the caller's question,
definitely,
right?
Yeah, but more than that, it speaks about what he is doing. First of all, I know the minister from he was a little boy. We used to call it Audrey, all right? Know him a little boy.
Anybody call me Audrey, I know they know me way back.
So he came from a family that, for his mom and dad, who are always community focused to see how we can help the community and help people. So at an early age, he grew up in an environment where we got to help the needy and whatnot. And when I see him going to the villages, you have people who really get emotional about politics. Oh, me, the PP, I know why you do this. That in itself, not really stop him. He encourage him, because what the Honorable Minister is doing is going to help people who need to be helped. So by helping those people, he puts aside those little terrible critics, but he still does it because those people need the help.
Yeah. We have someone online.
Hello,
good morning.
Hello, good morning, Minister. Thanks very much for the Sandpit Road, but as usual, Caramelita, we still need one another help. I know you're not in charge, but the village council is in charge, but we need a bad shape when it comes to the lights for the football field. We don't know if you could assist with.
We'll fix
and,
that up.
Maybe just tell the public how quick we could expect to make we get the lights up on the football field. If you have any, because we know you're working at a village, but still we need a hand for get the lights up, no?
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Well, definitely, with the lights at Carmelita, just like I mentioned, I think last week or the week before, we were in the process of securing some of the lights so we can go there. But definitely, we will be there very shortly. I think within the next week or two, we should be there to repair those lights. So bring on all the lights that are not working and replace them, and then from there we move on. And definitely, we are looking at other areas right now that the lights might not be working on their field to get those up to scratch. Those are the basic things that we have to do, because at the end of the day, it is important, and I am glad that people call in and inform me. People have called me personally and told me about the lights. You see, the lights in these football fields have to be maintained. When one go down, it needs to be addressed. If you don't address that one light, the next, next 2 months, another light go down for whatever reasons. So right now, I know Carmelita stands in bad shape in terms that I think that only one light they work. But we will get that up. I made that promise already, and we are working on it. But by next week, or the week after the latest, we should have those lights being lit in the village of Carmelita. So, but Ruben, like I say, in getting back to you with what you were mentioning, and I believe that everything that I've been through in terms of trainings, because a tremendous amount of training. I can't even go in on all of that we have done. The exposure that I've gotten through the police department, all of that has come together. One, to make me duly qualified for the post in the Ministry of National Security. Like I said, I've always told people sometimes it's not really the post; it is the role that we play in life, and definitely right now, having been given a little bit more authority over the ministry, definitely
and responsibility as well.
Responsibility will get there. Politics is what it is, but at the end of the day, I think we have to look at all of these things, and I'm proud in terms of my heart has always been with the police, and definitely I want to see, because to me it plays the tremendous role in our community that we cannot look at it of less importance. We have to give it the kind of importance that it deserves so that the issues can be addressed. And I'm telling you, there's a lot of things that can be done to improve the department. It is not a matter that we say, we can't do certain things because we need this specialized equipment and that. Yes, we do need those in certain areas like forensics, etc. But at the end of the day, it comes down to the police officer in how interested he is to deal with your case, how effectively he communicates with the public, how he treats the public, how he enforces the law fairly. All of these things, if we improve in terms of the service that we give to the community, we will go a long way in the police department. And these things will not cost us millions and millions of dollars. It's going to cost us some effort. It is going to cost us to hold people accountable. It is going to ensure that we do what is right for the public, and for our country beliefs. So a lot of things are there. I've said a lot. Because that alone, for deal with that, you have to start look at the systems in place, how we streamline that. So the work is cut out there for us, but definitely those are the things that I'll be focusing on right now.
But meeting the challenges is where the job is, and I want to personally also join in congratulating you and also the police department, because if we look at the Department of National Security and the expectation of the people, there is instant information when you have Facebook and social media. Everything is there, and the department has to adjust itself to the public recognition of things. However, again, to highlight that the media is there to give information, but again I will mention this, that there are so many good deeds that the department has done in terms of safety, protection, and community participation that you never hear about. You hear about. So when I talk about the United Democratic Party, the need to tell the people all the things, the good things that have been done, because the opposition and the media for sensationalism, they will give you what they want. But so much good has been done, and it has come such a long way from where the department was to now. I mean, how in modern times we see the commissioner of police giving more interviews, explaining things that never happened before. You have more officers who have been upgraded that never happened before. So there are many things that have been done by the department that we need to tell, and I want to congratulate you and share these congratulations with your officers, because they are due it, and sometimes, you know, as a community we need to uplift. And of course, it's the guidance that we have to give to the police instead of, of course, you always have a little bad egg here and there, but I mean, that's life. But in majority, what is happening in the police department and the awareness that the community has and the country now is much greater. And we need to look at the good things also that they have done, because we really appreciate it.
Yeah, of course, good men and women in uniform working hard every day. And the media sometimes don't highlight the good work, you know, they highlight the gruesome stuff that occurs.
I have a text here. I wonder how do we answer to these type of texts. I say, good morning, guys. San Esteban Road, man. He said PUP Johnny has been there in government for 20 years. Nothing has been done. UDP has been there for 18. Yes, nothing done. Politicians don't like San Esteban only for election time. PUP and UDP should not vote this time. For myself, I won't vote. As a San Estebanenos, do the same and don't go with the hype of politics. PUP and UDP are just the same. Where one leaves it to take and continue. How do we answer to these types of conversations?
Well, I will tell you, you know, everybody have their own feeling and thinking. And this is why I've always told people, you know, our communities get the leaders they appoint. They vote for.
They vote for, yeah.
If you vote for a bad leader, then that is what you're going to get. You know, I mean, it is as simple as that. If you vote for a tyrant, that is what you're going to get. If you vote for somebody who is corrupt, that is the kind of leadership you will get. Right now in San Esteban, I could tell you, and I have no qualms in saying this. The San Esteban monies were given out for San Esteban feeder road, so that has to be done. And the area representative, the standard bearer that is there, I think he should be working on those roads, on the feeder roads, you know, to assist cane farmers. I know he got some assistance especially for San Esteban area. But definitely when people come like that, you know, I've always said, listen, will you forego your right to vote? I think you should not, because you're a citizen of this country, and at the end of the day, one way or the other, you must you should participate in the electoral politics, because this is your country, you know. You at least want to have a say in who gets elected. And I've always told people that at the end of the day, you have to know your people. You have to know your leaders, who you're going to elect there to represent you. Because at the end of the day, you put good people, you'll get good things done. If you elect people who are not committed, then you don't get that kind of dedication and kind of work you want to see in your community. And this goes right into what I wanted to talk about, which one of the callers mentioned, Checky and Ruben, talking about the fact that we have to be wary of the PUP. He talked about Ashcroft, and a lot of people, especially the young people, now understand about Ashcroft, his influence in Belize and what all he has done. You know, and these are to me signs that we must be very, very careful of the PUP. And one of the things right now that is big and hot right now is that the PUP, led by the Honorable Johnny Briceño, he's on an anti-corruption protest, where they're going to do some protests on Sunday. I'm going to walk through the streets of Belize City in protest, in terms of an anti-corruption protest, where you know, they talk about corruption is bad, this and that. Well, you know, I've never seen something more hypocritical, something more insultive to the intelligence of the Belizean people. And I say this without no regrets. Johnny Briceño Mosas, Marines, Fonsecas, Hydes, you name them out there. Everybody know who Johnny Briceño is here. I've always called him the octopus in Orange Walk. I'm not afraid to say it because it is true. His hands is in everything. He controls everything in this community. And the man, they got money. They have their hands in a smart. That's how smart came about, through the BTL accommodation agreement. And his hand is in there because they were in government then when they make all these crooked deals. All the people who are out there supporting this event in terms of the leadership of the PUP, all of them were part and parcel of the worst corrupt era in the history of this country, whilst they were in government. And yet they have the audacity to go on an anti-corruption protest.
You're not saying that
terribly wrong.
You're not
these
saying
people.
that they shouldn't demonstrate, but they under the team that they will be demonstrating on, you're saying, right?
Listen to me. Oh, you ain't got man like Briceño and these guys out there. And Briceño is the same one who told the public out there, and I said it time and time again, told his colleagues, bring back the millions. Well, bring back the millions. So these monies that they literally stole from this country. Huh? How you want to tell that to people, bring back the millions, and then you go and out there for anti-corruption protest? I mean, this is so hypocritical. You know, to me, this is a slap to us as right-minded Belizeans. I'm telling you this. How you going to pack a wolves to lead the sheep out there? You understand me? This are the mind the sheep. Huh? And this is exactly what they're trying to portray. Oh, we are against corruption. My brother, you have a lot of things to answer. The amount of land you have taken from Belizeans. You have to talk about the secret accommodation agreement and how your smart came about, which got investments in there. You have to talk about the cable companies that have been brought up already in terms of allegations of how you got the cable companies. These things are all streaming down, right down that part of corruption. And they will go now, have the audacity, the brazen face to walk and lead an anti-corruption protest. You know, I look at that and I say something is terribly wrong with them. I sure wrong with us. But for those who believe in that, in terms of Briceño and that in this anti-corruption protest, something is terribly wrong, because how on God's earth you got them Balea the lead on anti-corruption protests? Huh? I can understand if they do anything else. But for this, I mean, we have to see right through the seams. We must see right through the tall grass and see these people for who they are. You have right now the big thing in terms of the Utah scandal, right? Where you had the Honorable John Saldivar demit office, resigned as leader-elect, resigned as cabinet minister, all in the wake of the fact that he lied to cabinet. Prime Minister dealt with him. Now you have Johnny Briceño and Mbalewe. Johnny himself has admitted for them to bring back the millions. And not only that, but in the Utah case, you had Musa and his son, whose name is called right out there. They have documents where they sign, etc., in terms of monies they got from the same person in Utah. And what has Johnny Briceño done about that and said about that? Nothing. But yet he's going to lead an anti-corruption protest. You know, you understand the audacity in this. You understand how they want to take Belizeans for fools.
We have a caller, Mister. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning.
So, yeah.
Yes, buenos dias.
Buenos dias, me again.
Okay.
I heard a caller mention that he will not vote.
Yeah, somebody a text.
Yeah, a text.
Yeah, it was a text, sir.
Well, to him I want to say that change is not automatic. Change, you work towards change. And giving up your sacred right to vote is surrendering the future. You have a right to vote, and you should vote, and that's the only way you have your voice heard. When you give that up, you give up the future of the country, but more importantly, you give up the possibility of making a better country for your children. The most important thing in your life is your family. And when you give up the right to make change for your family, you have surrendered and made a bad choice. Making change is like growing a family. When you grow your child, the job is not done when the child is 18. 20 years old with problems, and as a family, they come together and solve and support the child. So your job of growing a child is never finished. Equally, I want to advise you that do not surrender your right to vote. People get the leaders they deserve. So, once again, change is not automatic. Change is a lifetime journey. I've been in politics 25 years or more, and I have things I want to change, and I have not given up yet. I am still here, working towards the betterment of my country. I want to congratulate Minister Ogon for that wonderful resume, and with that resume, the public knows that they have a competent adjustment to the government. I think today the government and people know you better with that wonderful resume, and you bring a lot to the table for that particular ministry and big responsibility. But once again to the call, to the person who text, do not surrender your right to vote. That is your right, and you need to continue to change this country for better.
That's right.
Your thoughts on that, Minister?
No, definitely. I can't agree with the caller more. I mean, you got a secret right, man. And you might say, well, my one vote not count. Your vote count because one full basket. And at the end of the day, Belizeans must stand firm. Like I always say, I am with the United Democratic Party because I truly believe in this party. And I know the first person for tell you this party is not perfect. There's no party in the political history of any country that is perfect. You always have issues, drawbacks, etc. But at the end of the day, as Belizeans, we have to look at who has the best interest for our country, who has the best interest for its people, you know?
Hello, good morning, Sugar City Morning Show. Muy buenos días.
Buenos días, buenos días.
Buenos días.
Buenos días.
Buenos días, todos los presentes. Quisiera nomás comentar algo. Quisiera decirle a Mr. Aragón, él es una buena persona para mí, en el Partido Democrático. Habemos que, digo, una papa podrida en un saco, echa a perder todo. ¿No? ¿No?
Yes,
sigue. Estás en el aire, sigue.
Porque se nos bien, y pienso que el PUP está en el mismo problema. Vemos a Fonseca. Todos sabemos que Fonseca era la papa podrida. Sin embargo, es difícil mover a alguien que va a manejar un partido por tiempo. Ahorita muy bien más arriba, es la misma porquería. Sé que hay gente mejor que es en este mundo, en este país especialmente, nosotros queremos tanto mi Telorio. ¿Por qué permitimos? No que estamos ciegos, ni solos. ¿Por qué la gente puede permitir cosas así? Cuando sabemos que es el...
Sigue, Cala, sigue.
Cuando sabemos que ese va a ser el problema de nuestro partido, sabemos. ¿Por qué? ¿Será que seguro pienso que no? Otra pregunta que le quisiera hacer es, Mr. Campos. Mucha gente que tiene en la política cree que le dio una canasta de huevos de oro para meterse y enriquecerse y no pensar en el país que tenemos. ¿Sabe? ¿Usted cree que es posible? Creo que ustedes me lo contesten los dos ustedes. ¿Ustedes creen que es posible que una persona se pueda volver millonario en 10 años o en 15 años, digamos? Yo he trabajado toda mi vida y solo tengo 2 años, tengo 60 años, 2 años tengo mamá. Yo pienso que ningún político ha trabajado más que yo. Eso yo pienso, mi opinión personal.
Okay, muchas gracias, señor. Muchas gracias. You know, you say one spile potato.
Yeah.
Spile the whole amount. Yeah, let's go back to this call. Hello. All right. Sorry about that, caller. We had someone else on the line. But Minister, we need to take one break. It's 8:31. Then when we come back, we will continue with our discussion and the way forward for the United Democratic Party. So, folks, we will take a break, and caller, we ask you all to please call after this break, and we are right here live on North Television Channel 20. Minister, one right here this morning.
You have an 8-cylinder powerful engine disguised as an aluminum alloy that spins at 8,000 revolutions per minute.
Goes like this. You think it's a turbo?
No, with a cleaning of injectors and a change of oil, you will run more efficient, my friend.
For those who understand the engine like it talks to you, we speak machine. Rush France, making the world function. Authorized agent, German Vega and Sons. Telephone number 322-3625. Email germanvega@btl.net.
These sunny days are here, and whether it's for a picnic or in your kitchen, you need the meat. Gillette's Meat Shop proudly offers a variety of juicy cuts such as processed meats, ham, bacon, salami, longanisa, and sugar cure ham, just to mention a few. Enjoy our meats in beef, pork, and mutton. So for that healthy cut your family enjoys, visit us at number 18 San Antonio Road in Orange Walk from Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 12 p.m. and 1:30 p.m. to 6 p.m. Saturdays, 7 a.m. to 12:30 and 3 to 5 p.m. Sundays, 8 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. Place your orders at 322-3486 or 322-2175 or even 610-4061. Send us an email at derekgillett31@gmail.com. Gillette's Meat Shop, fresh and processed meats.
Ay, qué rico. The Philip Goldson Highway between Belize City and the Philip Goldson International Airport is getting a major facelift to the tune of $31.5 million. Section B of the highway upgrading project between Haulover Bridge and the Buttonwood Bay Boulevard roundabout is underway at an investment of $21 million. Works consist of the full rehabilitation of the road to paved standard, which includes the widening of the road to 4 lanes, lined sidewalks and drains, wide shoulders, median, and parking plus a bus lane at designated sections of the road. LED road lighting will be installed along with road safety features such as signs, reflectors, and road markings. The project will also facilitate in the improvement of underground infrastructure for the public utility companies. The Government of Belize, moving Belize forward.
Yes, come in. Why, Sean?
Joe.
Long time no see. How is everything?
Everything is good, man. What's the latest with you?
Man, everything is good. Business is flowing. I can't complain. As a matter of fact, I'm working on a new project. Thank God you're here. Let me show you the plans. All right? These are the plans for my 5-bedroom, fully furnished apartment complex. When I tell you fully furnished, AC, hot and cold, Wi-Fi, you name it, I have it. All right? And I want to market this on Airbnb.
All sounds nice, but have you started your paperwork already?
Which paperwork?
Joe, don't tell me you don't know. For you to market or rent any type of rooms, you have to register with the BTB, bro. It's in the law book.
Wow, really, Sean? I never knew that. You know what? I finished all of my work for today. Make we go to BTB one time, go deal with this paperwork, and then after that, go take only 1, 2.
All right, because I'm thirsty, but make we go to BTB first.
Make we go.
Did you know that if you own or operate a tourist accommodation, such as a room in your home for cash purposes to any guest, local or foreign, regardless of its location in the country, or if you're registered or advertising such room or property with any booking engine or marketing platform such as Airbnb, by law, you must register with the BTB. If you fail to do so, you commit an offense punishable by fine or imprisonment. For further information or assistance, please contact the BTB at licensing@belizetourismboard.org or telephone 227-2420. You can follow us on Facebook too.
We're back, RC.
Yes, welcome back to the Sugar City Morning Show. With us this morning, we have the Honorable Elodio Aragon Jr. And Chucky, we've been talking about a wide scope of matters, from the continued development in Santa Marta to his new post, upgrading in the Ministry of National Security. But, Minister, there is something I think that needs to be discussed, and this thing about the opposition's demonstration on anti-corruption. Yeah. And like you mentioned, it's so hypocritical that the leader of the opposition, he wants to lead this demonstration anti-corruption, when, like you rightly said, he is the one that said, look, bring back the millions, no thief, no take away the money, and no want to call on names. He is going to do that, but unless he names those persons that he promised he would do, he has no value. He's just hypocrite. And not only that, everybody knows his accumulations. In the news last night, when Jules went back to give a review on Boots, well, where you get your money? Boots show a bank account. Jules came back and said, well, years ago when I spoke to the now leader of the opposition on how he got his cable network, he said, well, I want to show you the account. Up to now, Jules said he don't get it. Same thing with Karim Musa. Karim Musa said, look, I could show you my account. Yet it's still not showing to the media. So they tell you something, but they don't do it. You understand? Because, if you mean something, then you must be honest to yourself and to the country. They're hypocritical, they're untruthful, and not fit to run this country. So, Minister, this is a total disaster and disgrace for this country.
It's a farce. It's a farce that Tembale they take away for fools. And I tell people we have to be straight up. Listen to me. Not take my word for it. Do your research. Find out what they did when they were in office, why they are not there again. You know why the PUP is not there? Because they're the same pack of wolves that lead the party. Yeah. If they would have changed those, like Briseño and Alain people, he said that he can retire if he lose. He should have been retired a long time ago. He and Karim Musa and the whole kit of them, because they have not done well for the PUP. They were part and parcel of the most corrupt era in the history of this country, and it was when they were in government. I mean, the amount of money that they basically burn the Belizean people with nothing to show. At least the UDP, you see the infrastructure work, you kind of see the work that the UDP has done. And at the end of the day, everybody knows that the United Democratic Party is the party that has stand for country and people. The PUP, they stand for themselves. And that is why when you hear them talk about this anti-corruption demonstration, and then they go there, something terribly wrong with them, but I guess they don't wash their face in the morning and look themselves in the mirror. Because if they would only look themselves in the mirror and reflect on who they are, they should be shamed to walk on that demonstration. They should be shamed to lead that demonstration, but it shows you how the PUP party could care less, because all their interest is to get back into office. And if they ever get back into office, they're going to eat with supper. I'm telling you, because what did they do when they were there? Widespread corruption to the core. Man, they take money, go gamble pan yen. Man, take money and pay for Galleria Maya. Things where you don't even get nothing back. Give loans for 30 million in one day to somebody. Well, listen to me. The disaster they did, and they brought about the super bond. They ensured that no lending institution would wanted to, in terms of the international partners, wanted to give money to Belize. You know what they did to this country? They basically held this country back for many, many years. And right now, today, the Belizean people are still paying the super bond. We have to pay those things. Bullet payments are coming. I think bullet payments are supposed to come soon. We have to make big money, millions, and that millions of dollars could have been going right now to assist our Belizean people to improving their lives and their communities. But that is not happening because that money has to be paid back.
But the
and
money
this
that
is the suffering we are doing still.
The money that the government is
PUP.
paying on behalf of the people of Belize, is there anything accountable for that? That we can see, okay, we pay this back, but this is the whole got.
That are all the money where the millions gone out there. And generally they cry for making come back.
Precisely, that's the point. That's the point, Chike, that they're talking about corruption and accountability, and and they can do none. They have none of the above. And not only that, to show you that the country does not support them, they invited all the unions. The union said, look, man, we're not going to go join you with corruption. You understand? The unions fought anti-corruption. The unions are dealing with their memberships to ensure that they take their memberships the right path. So the unions have rejected their invitation to be part of this mockery that's going on there, because they know that if they attach themselves to that, they will also look tainted under the leadership of this opposition. So even the unions are saying, look, me not going there, me don't want to be part of this. You know, they're not the corrupt people, they're not the father of corruption. The unions don't want to be part of that. So you can see that there is total rejection even before they start. You know, total rejection.
And Janet Brisenia and that crowd feel like they could come and fool the people. This is the worst insult ever. It's a mockery. Real mockery at its highest. I mean, you got the core of what is rotten, wanting to lead you on a march for one anti-corruption demonstration. My brother, something wrong with them. They knock their head together. But I truly believe that they feel that they could take the Belizean people for fools. That is how I feel about this whole thing that they are trying to do. And that is why, like you said, Ruben, the unions will not stand with them, because they know how the hell are going to stand with somebody where has not done well for our country, who that is same representatives in terms that they represent the worst in politicians. And then we went out there and walk with them, something wrong. And to me, Belizeans have to be able to see through these things. You have right now on the news where Lord Ashcroft is back. Now he went and he try get into the courts for to fight this redistricting. What's interest is there for him? He not banned at this country. He was given a Belizean nationality by the PUP and allowed to have come into this country and work in cahoots with the PUP. The same leadership where they asked him for go up on this anti-corruption demonstration, worked with them to basically rip this country to shreds in terms of stealing our national assets. BTL, you name it. The whole privatization that they did under the PUP when they sell out all with national assets, those are all planned, you know. Those are all a scheme that the PUP did. And that right now, when you say Ashcroft coming back into the fore, you must be very wary, because Ashcroft and the PUP means nothing good for this country. What interest does he have in this country, except if it is not his personal gain and for his personal interest? And if he come, he'll bring money to the PUP because he wants the PUP to win, because they already, knowing the PUP, they already have them plans with hand. We can't allow that as Belizeans, no matter what has transpired with the UDP, because what has transpired with the UDP can't even come close to what the PUP has done to this country. And we as Belizeans, just like that Carl away Carl, I mean, you can't give up hope. Hope is the greatest thing we could ever have. We must stand firm. And at the end of the day, we need to support the party that has and continues to do well by its people and its country. And that is the United Democratic Party. The PUP is not an option, period. It is not an option. Not with Johnny Briseno at the helm, not with the Musas, not with the Fonsecas, not with the Marines, not with the Hydes. They have shown who they are already. You have given them a chance, Belizeans. You have put them there, and what did they do? They basically brought this country to its knees. And if we are going to allow them again, and right now with this foolishness in terms of this farce, this mockery in terms that they are going on an anti-corruption protest, my brother, how are we going to allow them to insult us, insult our dignity, insult our intellect, that they feel we are fools as Belizeans, that we are just jump and run out there and follow them people? There's something wrong. Something is terribly wrong if that is the case. And I always tell people, listen, the party is not perfect. Your United Democratic Party is not perfect. But hell, man, the NID, it does well for this country. It has the people in this country at heart. And like I've always said, this because me, the man will talk real. Even when I got a cabinet, I talk about it. We have to put our personal differences aside and look at what is for the greater good. That is what I've always spoken about. And that is why I'm in politics, because I want to be a person that brings about change, positive change for our Belizeans nationally and locally in our division. I truly believe in these things, and I've always believed that as young people, we have the energy, we must do our part to bring this thing about. And so when I listen to callers like that when I want to vote, I say, listen, don't give up your sacred right for a few. You have to pick the leaders because the community gets the leader it deserves. That means that if you vote for crop, the crop you're going to get. If you vote for solid people, then a solid people you're going to get out there. And people must think upon these terms. Right now, we can't just say jump for jump. We send your car and say, let's go for an anti-demonstration, anti-corruption demonstration. And we say, let's go. We have to know why we go out there. And what he's telling you, come with me because we fight against corruption and we not corrupt. That is what he's saying. And we all know that that is a lie. And we not say it is a lie because we just want to say it. It is there to see for everybody. And I ask all our young people, do the research, find out who these people are in the PUP, who are leading the PUP, and you tell me if them kind of people you want to put back in office. And Minister, I'm sure the answer will be no.
You have been assigned to this portfolio with more responsibilities, and now you know this is an election year, possibly, and the United Democratic Party needs a leader. What's the way forward for the UDP?
I think at this point in time, we had cabinet meeting yesterday, and like I said, I don't divulge what happens at cabinet, but definitely the sentiment is that we need to move on in terms that we need to get over this hurdle and then move on. So I know there are things that are being done right now, and at the end of the day, either we have a convention or we have an endorsement. But whatever happens, I think within the next week or so, we should know.
But there has to be a leader, right?
Yes, there has to be a leader, and the party definitely, I'm confident, has the right people to lead, and that will take place very soon. So I don't really know to what extent, but all I know that definitely we have to have a national party council meeting where these matters will be discussed, and from there we will see the way forward. But I am sure that the way forward will not be no long drawn out thing. It's going to be something as quick as possible to ensure that we can move forward, you know. So I'm confident of that. At the end of the day, I'm sure and positive that the United Democratic Party will move forward the way it should. You know?
You don't have to disclose, but do you know of persons that have shown interest to be the leader of the party?
Well, right now it's just the usual names there, you know. But at the end of the day, like I said, everything has to go to the National Party Council. Discussions must be had there, and from there I think we'll move forward. But I think one thing that has been made clear is that we would want to deal with this matter as soon as possible. And I think definitely that is the way forward right now, and that is what we want to do. But sure, so...
Yeah, but on that note, Minister, we know also right after the leadership, I believe that one of the things that the UDP needs to do, apart from separating the opposition from the UDP, is that the UDP, we need to be telling the people the things that the UDP has done since 2008. And I'm sure that between now and election day, you will never stop telling the people all the things that the UDP has done. For example, you have outlined all the good things you have done in Orange Walk East. For example, I mean, you have a functioning library in Carmelita. For the first time in Tower Hill and in Santa Marta, they have a community center where people can go here. Whether they like it or not, they know that you have worked and you have done. We have to let people know the good things that the UDP has been doing. For example, I can recall you going into Palmar and doing work. You're wanting to put a school in Palmar because of politics of a few. The majority of people there are suffering now politically in a school, a brand new school that was going to go there. I mean, you have been working in the town. We know that you have been doing, as representative, your share of the work for the mayor. And so that not only you, but we look at the other constituents and we look countrywide of all the good things that the United Democratic Party has done and continues to do. The UDP is not stopping work, it's continuous. And because of this continuity, I think we have a story as UDP to be telling people, you know, the best party that will work for you and the best party for the country is you. And I can say here, for Orange Walk East, Elodie Aragon Jr. is the best person to do there, because a part of what people criticize, I saw in the Facebook where you had a project that someone mentioned to me that you have to beautify the community, and young people, parents these days travel to Belize City, they dress up, and that you want to beautify the bus stops.
Yeah.
And I think I heard or I saw on the Facebook where you were trying, you were upgrading. Let me put it away, because it's for a long time. Or here it is. This is a
well, maybe we could get to this topic.
Tell us about this.
What is happening is in Orange Walk, we did the roundabout in Orange Walk. Looks beautiful, looks nice, and we have what we did is that I came across some paint which we put together from the East Committee and myself, the UDP East Committee and myself, and we decided, these bus stops, the small bus stops that we have within the East are in terrible condition, really look beat up. And so I decided, let us go there and paint these things over so they look nice. But lo and behold, we started with the first one, which is right in front of roundabout here, going to Belize City. And we gone out there and we start painting the thing, and then lo and behold, Kevin and I don't know who else gone out there, his minions, they gone out there and they want to stop the work. And he says that I have to get permission from the village council to be able to paint, because that is in the village council. Son, I have to laugh, because I wonder what he does as a mayor. If something like this is so petty that he run out there and want to stop the work for. What would it do with the paint on bus stop that was in terrible condition? Would they paint it because you want it to look? These are the people that gone out there. You got in the bro, what they call bro, they're out there from Palmar, the chairman. He in the out there, they try to stop that, and look how long big fanatic PUPs that they call out there. For what? To come and stop that, but they can't stop it. I was in cabinet. If I was here, I'm going out there with the police department and deal with him, because they cannot stop us from painting a public place. They want to say that, they made the work on that years ago.
Hold on a second.
And so they want to claim that is in government property, that is on the road reserve. It is on the highway. And it looked terrible, man. I just say go paint it, so we look at it, because the plan is to paint all the
Is this the one in front of A&R warehouse?
Front of A&R.
Okay.
And the thing how he's so petty. He said, well, you have to go get permission from Palmar for make you could do the work, and we know they allow you for do the work. Well, he can't stop it, because we're going back the evening when I came, and I told the guys, go back out there and paint this stuff. But it is showing you how petty he is. He's trying anything you try to, he tries to stop it. And this is not a big project. These are small little things that we do to beautify the area.
Let me ask a question.
And I want him to know right now, Ruben, we painted that already, and we are painting all of the rest. And I want to see he can stop us out there, because this is in the benefit of the people and community, man. This is so ridiculous how he behaved like one little boy. And I said that again, he behaved like a little boy, because there are things, what they are thinking with the paint, And it is so sad, why? I build a community center, whatever village. Whatever we build there, I'm not going to say you can't paint. The village council can't say, well, we could go paint it over. I mean, listen, nobody has stopped you. That is in your village. Take care of it, man. If you look terrible and you don't want to do it, that is why the village council is there to paint. They have done nothing. So we go out, go do the work, and now they want to stop us,
We have a caller, Minister. Hello, good morning.
Morning, gentlemen.
Morning, sir.
Morning, RC, and
morning.
Good morning, my brother.
Morning, yes, it is a sad day when you see that someone is doing something to better, to make something look better, and then you have another person coming because of ego or because of fear or because of whatever reason, goes out there and tries to stop the work that is happening. It just shows that that person is a child. It's like when you have your toy and you have a toy and you have it in the corner just catching dust and getting old and dirty, and someone comes and pick it up, and right away you want to use it again. You want to claim your toy again. This shed was obviously in need of a painting, so it looks good. It's in the entrance of our town, man. So, and coat of paint makes it look nice. It is adding to it. It's not taking away anything from it. So his claim that the council needs to be consulted to paint, man, that is really, really childish. And I'm sure when you would have consulted the bro and he would have called the Chihuahua, who is his pet, his puppet, his master, and no, they would have stalled it or stopped it and not said, no, can't paint it. But shed, nobody could stop you from painting a shed. That sits on government land. That sits on the road reserve of an international highway, which is as far as under the purview of central government, not any village council. It passes through a village, but it's not under the purview of any village council. Because in the future, when the road needs to be expanded, that bus shed will be broken down and removed from there because that's a fact. It's on a road reserve. It is about a few feet from the highway. Be that as it may, when the last time I heard that they wanted to access the mall pit from the village for the use of the villagers, these fellows, the same crowd, the same characters that went there, this guy, the chairman, the bro, and his other minions, they went there and they did not give any permission to use the mall, which is material that belongs to the village for the use of the villagers. And he had just one. That's a far more than they should have slapped in the face of the people that have just voted for him, because this is not his material, and that material has been used forever for the use for fixing the street. And now all of a sudden they want to stop it. And then government wanted to build a high school in Palmar, and the same crowd went there and stopped it. How can you have any kind of respect for these people who call themselves leaders? They show that it's all about pettiness and ego and just plain old malice. And they need to stop, man. People, villagers of Palmar, people of Orange, just need to take note of these things. It is really stupid on their part to behave this way, because it's not, like I said, it was adding value to that shed. It was not taking away anything from it or destroying it. And Minister, I have to congratulate you that this is not, you are not using a red and white paint. It's a neutral color. Probably it's from there's another party that is green. They could probably claim that shed. Whoever wants to claim it is just being beautified. But anyway, it's really sad. I hope the people of Orange Rock are taking note and taking stock of these things. And at the end of the day, make their proper choice when the time comes.
Thank you very much, Carla.
On all the work that you're doing and getting done in the area. You work and not talk.
Yeah, thank you very much, Carla.
Thank you, Carla. Let me ask a question, Minister. Isn't the chairman used to be a teacher?
I'm not sure.
I think he was a teacher. And if he was a teacher teaching kids about civic pride, isn't part of civic pride assisting in beautifying and taking care of your community? So if you're teaching kids about civic pride and then you want to come and stop because somebody can tell you, oh, no, do it because the politics or you affect you, something is wrong with you. And even as a leader, any assistance that comes to your community should be welcome, because it's not for you, it's for the citizens who will benefit from it. So you have to look at that kind of mentality that's not right for the community.
This is the final call of the morning. Hello, good morning, Carla. Let's make it brief.
Hello, I would like to give my this is notification.
Yes, sir. Good morning, sir. You're live on the air? Yes, sir. You're live on the air. Go ahead.
Okay. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. I am on the air.
Yes, sir. You're live. Go ahead. Just lower the volume of your television. Thank you very much.
Okay. Thank you. Hello. Good morning.
Yes. Go ahead, sir.
Well, actually,
You're live. Just continue speaking, sir.
Well, what Mr. Aragon have been doing so that
just keep on talking, sir. Just keep on talking. You're live on the air. You're live on the air. Go ahead, sir. Go ahead.
Well, actually, what Mr. Aragon have been doing to the bus stop is a very good work. I believe that
Don't stop. Just keep on. Don't stop. Just lower the volume of your television and just keep on, sir.
I believe that I believe what Mr. Aragon have been doing and is doing for the community of the East, I think is a good work. Mr. Bernard, as the mayor of this Orange Song, is a shame for him to be acting in those kind of ways. Well, Sunday they're going to have a demonstration of corruption, and what they are giving the people right now as stopping Mr. Aragon of painting a public bus stop. How can you encourage people to go and fight corruption, and you are just corrupting people instead of encouraging not to join corruption? If he wants to paint the bus stop, it's for the people, it's for the benefit of the community, so that people traveling from Belize, coming from Corozal, they see the bus stop in Orange Jog, they're well properly painted, good condition. People will be speaking good about Orange Jog. Mr. Bernard acting in those kind of ways, along with the chairman of Farmers, which is just a worthless chairman. He's not working. He's just like how they say. He's a puppet that is being manipulated by the puppet master. And Aragon is trying to do something for our community to look in a decent way. That I don't see no wrong in he's doing something wrong. I believe that Mr. Aragon have all the right to continue doing that good job and not being intimidated by the PUP. Oh, you are not going to do this. You need when the chairman is no one in this village. The village is just a person elected by the people, and he's not working for the people. Look at the bush that we have all around here in Palmar. That is what we're supposed to come out and deal with. Me and Bernard if they are so interested in trying to beautify Palmar, but they don't give a damn about Palmar. Palmar is in a mess right now. The road condition is high. It's in a mess. Those along with Bernard, they don't give a damn about Palmar. And there are some people which are PUP and they are following the same silly way and the steps that they have, because they are already accustomed to live in those kind of conditions. It's like how my mother used to say is, you can take out the animal out of the bush, but you can't take out the bush out of the animal.
All right, Carlo, thank you very much for us, Carlo. Sir, we're sorry, but we are out of time, so the next calls we can't take it. But Minister, it has been a great morning. Yeah. Your closing remarks for today, sir.
Well, you know, there's a lot more things we wanted to touch on, and definitely, I wanted to say, you know what, in terms of the bus stop, that is just, and that can't deter us, because our goal is to paint. We have already inspected all the bus stops from Carmelita right down the road, the highway. The bus stops that is there, we are going to paint those over, because you know we just these bus stops will change to people. Maybe we not highlight these things yet, but with the road works that will take place in terms of the resurfacing of the highway that will be taking up from Benopan up to Corozal, or from Belize City, sorry, up to Corozal. There is a plan for new bus stops, new cuttings for buses to park and drop off people there. Good. So it's going to transform, like for instance, that entrance of Carmelita will be transformed. A lot of these bus stops will no longer be there. But
so the bus don't have to stop on the road now?
Oh, yes, that is all in the plan. Yeah, good. So major works will take place there to ensure that we have better road safety. But for the meantime, we have them bus stops that continue to serve the public. And if you not take my word for it, you look at the bus stops right now, all of them in terrible condition. So what I'm doing, getting a little paint, we go back there, see where we could fix up, paint it over, so it looks nice. So at least, you know, it beautifies the place. And this is a very, very minor, small project. Mm-hmm. The bigger projects in terms that we have planned for Orange East will begin to take place very shortly. Definitely right now we have the polyclinic. I could tell people, look, this is how the sheds look, you see. Okay. These are the kind of things that look terrible, man. We will paint them over. We'll give them a better outlook for the community. And this is one very minor project. But it is something that I believe goes to our pride in Orange. You know, so we are touch up these things. Everywhere we see these things, we are giving it a facelift and things like that. So that is a minor work that we are doing. For make the mayor himself go personally out there and try to stop this. I don't know who he thinks he is. He is not the area representative. I am the area representative. You understand me? And I have to do the work in the East but he feels that he could go there with the minions and try disrupting it. It is just petty, and that can never deter me, because he's supposed to know better than that. But it is just petty. Apart from that, we have bigger projects that maybe next time I come I could talk about. We have the polyclinic that is going to do well for this community. It is something that I had promised people, and we're going to work on that. There are several other projects I want to go into likewise, but like I said, everything with time, and definitely I am confident we will achieve great many works right now. You know, some of these things take time to unfold. Like we talked about last week, we mentioned the building at Louisiana, the new 2-story building that will be built. These things don't happen overnight. It takes a time of lobbying, a time of us to get the process going. But I will tell you, a lot of the great works that people have seen already will continue to be seen right now. And people might say, oh, the election year. It's not only about the election year. It is about the work that has always been continuously been doing. But definitely my closing remarks
and also a message to the supporters of the United Democratic Party to keep that hope as well, no?
I always tell my people, listen to me, you have to stand with pride, UDP. You have to stand with pride and love for your party, because at the end of the day, it is your United Democratic Party that you could stand shoulder to shoulder and with your heart and conscience know that you're clean in terms that we are the best party for this country right now. The PUP, they are the hypocrites. The PUP is making a mockery of our intelligence as Belizeans, has no love for us. They are siding with Ashcroft. Then I kind of think I have to realize, we as Belizeans must realize, these people are on their last run, and they want to do anything to get back in office. We need for Dojani Briseño the favor that he's been asking. We need for put him to pasture and retire him. And we do that this coming election and tell him it is time for him, Musa, and the whole kit to go, so that fresh leaders, fresh blood can come for the People's United Party. Because they don't stand one chance once because we as Belizeans know who they are and what they represent. The United Democratic Party has been working, continues to work, and I ask everybody, stand firm, stand tall with your UDP. We are not perfect, but by gosh, you can say UDP is not the better party. And that is my closing remark for today. And of course to our viewers and listeners out there, I get really passionate about a lot of things, Ruben and Checky. You know that when I talk about these things, because I talk the plain truth. It is there for all to see. Like I always tell people that only the blind can't see because they can't see. But those who have eyes to see and don't want to see, because they just don't want to see. And definitely everything is laid out for people to see. This is an election year, and people will have to make it. Without, thanks for being here and for having me here. And definitely we will continue next week again. Same time, same place. In regards to our discussion.
RC1?
Well, Minister, thank you for coming this morning, and again, let us extend congratulations to your appointment in the Ministry of National Security, and continue doing the wonderful work you've been doing in Orange Walk East, because it shows your dedication and commitment. And to our viewers, thank you for tuning in to Nortevision Canal. And we want to wish you a very happy day, and reminding you that the United Democratic Party, UDP, united, always together at the land. God bless you. Have a wonderful day.
We'd like to thank Rahim, thank all the callers. Sorry can't take no more call. Thank the callers who call. We'd like to thank all the guys in the control room there for their support to bring on those footages. They're always here on time every Wednesday morning when we have conversation with the minister. If the good Lord so will, the minister will be back here next week Wednesday as well to hear more development of what's happening in the east, and of course a forward for the party as well. This show repeats at 9 o'clock tonight. We went extended today, but tonight it repeats at 9 o'clock. 12:30 today we have the repeat of the Channel 7 news right here on Nortevision Channel 10 at 6:30 is live news. My name is Robert Chekiosha. Have yourself a wonderful day.
Thank you, Minister. All the best. Yeah, man.
We got good, man. We got good. Somebody give up the hit,
City Morning Show.